I've been able to metabolize what I know about running a design business, right? I've been able to really think through it in a way with some separation of not being in it in the moment. I've been able to metabolize how important design is and why we need good design to be healthy people. I've also been able to think about the importance of the client experience. And as wonderfully as I think we do that, I want to level it up even more. I sort of get high on this idea of blowing people's minds with incredible service and exceeding their expectations and meeting their needs before they even realize that it was a need. Like that is stuff that just really lights me up. And I just realized I'm not done yet. I can't quit it. I haven't peaked yet, and I have more that I want to do.
Welcome to the Designers Oasis podcast. I'm your host, Kate Bendewald. If you're tired of one-size-fits-all advice to running your interior design business, you're in the right place. Join me each week as we dive into topics to help you run a thriving interior design business without the hustle. We'll talk about the business of design, but also mindset and mental health, because I know when you thrive, so will your life and business. It wasn't that long ago that I stepped away from my corporate interior design job to build my own design business so that I could realize my own creative dreams, have more time with the people I love, and serve my clients at the highest level while making more money than I ever could have working for someone else. It wasn't always easy, and I made my share of mistakes along the way. Fast forward to today, and I've learned a thing or two. Since then, I've built multiple six-figure interior design businesses on authentic word-of-mouth referrals with many repeat clients. And I want to share it all with you, the ambitious, inspired, and I get it, occasionally overwhelmed interior designer who shares this dream of transforming lives through the art of interior design. You can do this. Thank you for letting me spend part of this day with you. Let's get to it.
Well, hello and welcome back to the Designers Oasis podcast. I'm your host, Kate Bendewald, and I'm so thankful to be sharing this time with you today. Today is kind of an important and big announcement that this will be the last podcast episode that I do for a while. Maybe ever. I don't know. It's been one of these things that has been a tremendous learning experience and opportunity and joy. Honestly, it's been a real joy to be able to have this opportunity to create and share these episodes with you over the last couple of years. And I am immensely grateful for you, the listener, and for the folks who have joined us and shared, all of our guests who've come and joined us, and to the folks who've helped make this possible. But just like with a lot of things in life, some things serve their purpose and then it's time to do something different. So I'm here today to share with you what some of those next things are and where you can find me and what's the reason behind this and a little bit of behind the scenes sharing. So, it's important to me when I think about the things that I do, and I talk about this a lot with our members inside the Designers Oasis membership, to be integrity with the things that we want to do and with the way that we spend our energy and how we spend our energy. And it's really important to me to have the kind of energy and vibration that can support the things that I'm doing in order to do it with integrity. And when that energy starts to disappear or to fade or to move away, then I know that it's important that we listen to that and we start to, dig in a little bit. And that's what I've been doing over the last really year. And I think, I it's a lot of work to do these episodes, and I love doing them. And my favorite is when I get to sit down and interview folks and hear from them. And I don't know, maybe the podcast will come back. Maybe I'll have an insight or a thought that I want to share, and I'll just hit record and share something with you. I don't know. But for right now, I'm just gonna put it on pause and see where life takes me. I realize that, you know, I could go get sponsorships, I could go get ads, but it's just not honestly where my energy is. And I have to be true and honest to that so that I can serve my audience of interior designers that I love so much with integrity. So, I wanted to do this podcast because I had been blogging for a number of years when I first started Designers Oasis, and I really enjoyed that. But I wanted to have a more personal connection with you, my audience, and I knew that podcasting would be a way to do that. Um, I wanted to share, more personal stories. I wanted to interview people and learn for myself and share those learnings with others. And that's been really fun. It's been a really incredible part of this experience. And during this time of running this podcast, I have been able to interview and meet some of the most incredible humans, both designers and non-designers, that have taught me so much and that I've been able to share with you. I've been able to share more intimate sides of my personal life and business, especially around topics of mental health, which I think is really important for everyone, but especially as business owners, as creatives, and as women. I think that we need to be prioritizing our mental health. And that's something that we've been able to talk a lot about on here. In fact, we had a whole season during, what is it? I think it's March, April, May. I can't remember. One of them is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we did a whole series on mental health, and that was received wildly by our community, who was so grateful to have those kinds of resources available. So I hope that that has been a source of inspiration for you. I want to be authentic. I'm not interested in a shiny, over polished version of what Instagram tells you the life of an interior designer looks like. And so I wanted to be able to create a space where we could talk honestly about the challenges and the hard aspects of being a business owner, being a creative, serving clientele that are demanding and, rightfully so, but it's not always easy, right? And so I I've been really grateful to have been able to share that and talk about that and to introduce other designers who we've been able to hear from and all of our guests and friends that we've met along the way. But, I've got some new interest and, primarily, well, so if you didn't catch it in the last episode from last week, I shared that I have gone alcohol free this year, which has been incredibly beyond my expectations, amazing. If you haven't listened to that episode, please go back and listen to it. Whether this is something you have thought about or not, I just feel really passionate about sharing how going alcohol free has really enhanced my creativity. So that's part of this, right? I miss design work. I made a decision a few years ago that I wanted to set down the client work for a little while. This was also kind of during the peak COVID times, and it was really hard time to be a designer. And I think I just needed a break. I just needed a break from it, and that's what I did. I got a break. And I was able to pour myself fully into Designers Oasis, into the podcast, and into the membership. Now, I want to be real clear, the membership is not going anywhere. I am still fully committed to supporting the designers inside of the Designers Oasis membership. That is separate from the podcast, and I want to be absolutely clear that that is not going anywhere. In fact, we're going to talk about that in a minute, just a little bit. Um, but you know, between going alcohol free and feeling like my creativity is back and it's just sort of bursting at the seams and needs a place to go. The work in Designers Oasis, as much as I love it, I'm primarily attached to a computer screen, and there are not opportunities to hold physical materials or to meet with clients or to no, I've done some client work while I've been on this journey, but by and large I have wrapped up all of my client work. But I realized that I really miss it, I really do miss it. In this process though of having put a pause on that design work, I've been able to metabolize what I know about running a design business, right? I've been able to really think through it in a way with some separation of not being in it in the moment. I've been able to metabolize how important design is and why we need good design to be healthy people. I've also been able to think about the importance of the client experience. And as wonderfully as I think we do that, I want to level it up even more. I sort of get high on this idea of blowing people's minds with incredible service and exceeding their expectations and meeting their needs before they even realize that it was a need. Like that is stuff that just really lights me up. And I just realized I'm not done yet. I can't quit it. I haven't peaked yet, and I have more that I want to do. So part of it, part of the choice or the decision to wrap up the podcast for a little while is this desire to return to design with clients and to be able to make time and space for that in my life. There's just simply not enough time to produce podcast episodes and nurture my clients. And I know that I knew that I don't want to quit the membership, right? I want to continue to support that. I want to protect that. And so I had to look at what are the other things that I can consider taking off my plate so that I can make time for this. And so that was one of them. But the other reason was, so every year we do a survey with our audience to see what is it that you need? What is it that you want? What are you hoping to learn? What are you hoping to gain? How can we support you? And this year we got the some of the best feedback from our audience, including members and non-members. You may have participated in this podcast, or sorry, in this survey, but we poured over those results and poured over the feedback and really looked at what's important. And there were a couple of things that stood out specifically for the folks, well, members and non-members, but one of the things was that our members, we have members inside of the Designers Oasis community who are at all levels and all stages of design experience and business experience. So those who are really just getting started to those who are more advanced and are leveling up their businesses in big ways. And each month we do a live Q&A, and it was becoming more and more obvious that we needed a separate Q&A group for those more advanced members, because the advanced members are not necessarily interested in sitting in with brand new designers hearing their questions. And so I could see how important that could be to support them. So I'm realizing, okay, so we need two different groups and I need to have more time to support that. So that's one of the things and changes that we've made inside of the membership is that now two things. One, we're going to have two different groups, one for those sort of more early stage designers, mid stage designers, and then a different group for our more advanced, more seasoned interior designers so that we can support them separately. We're also changing the format of our Q&A to make it more interactive and to support the folks who are there live. So we've already changed that up a little bit, and that's been received really well. And starting in January, we're going to start those two different groups. So again, I'm looking at, I have a friend, he used to always say, you can make more time, but you can make more money, but you can't make more time. And that's really how I feel about, when I look at my week to week, how I spend my time, in order to level up how I'm serving my community, I had to find somewhere where I could shave some time off. So, you know, I'm excited to be able to start nurturing this other group of members who are a bit more advanced and be able to have some small group coaching with them. The other thing is that folks are asking for one-on-one coaching. Now, I'm going to say this with a Big caveat. I'm going to be experimenting with some one-on-one coaching. I'm only going to offer it to members, and we're going to try it and we're going to see how it works and see if it's something that I can make time for. And we're going to try it for a couple of months and see how it goes. But the one-on-one coaching is something that I'm going to offer only to members. It'll be an additional fee outside of the regular membership, but I knew that I couldn't open that up to everyone on the list, or that would become its own full-time job. So it's really just continuing to nurture my beloved members in the program. I want to stay close to them. I want to stay committed to them. And so that's where my interest and where my energy is right now. So making room for design work and making room to continue to support my members inside the membership in an even bigger way.
Hey there, Kate here. If you're an interior designer looking for a community that gets it, where you can learn, grow, and actually get things done, you're going to love the new Designers Oasis membership. This isn't just another subscription. This is your all-in-one support system for building a business you love. Here's what's waiting for you. You'll get access to monthly office hours where we'll tackle your biggest challenges together. Plus, you'll learn from industry pros during our exclusive monthly guest expert sessions. And let's talk resources. Your membership includes access to the Interior Designer's Business Blueprint course, packed with everything you need to streamline and grow your business. Need a sounding board? The private community is where you'll connect with like-minded designers who understand what it's like to be in the trenches, and they are ready to cheer you on. Plus, you can access the Interior Designer's Resource Library with templates, tools, and resources to help you make massive momentum in your business. There's so much more waiting for you inside. Whether you're just starting out or you are scaling your design business, the Designer's Oasis membership is designed to meet you right where you are. Head over to designersoasis.com/join and learn more. I hope you'll join me and the other doers who are building thriving and sustainable interior design businesses.
So you might be wondering, where can we find you, Kate, after today? And I have some good news. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. It'll just look a little different. So, couple of things to keep in mind. First is the weekly newsletter is called The Brief. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you sign up for our newsletter, because this is where you'll be getting most, if not all, of your information from me. So I've been doing The Brief for years now, but we've recently, in the last last year, really changed some of the format and some of the content. And it's juicy and it is packed with a lot of really helpful information. And it's there. It's nowhere else. It's right now, there won't be blogs. I'm not going to be sending you out to other bits of information. It's all contained right there in that weekly newsletter. But, some examples of what you can find inside The Brief. First and foremost, I am sharing behind the scenes of my own design business. So what's working and what's not. Right now, as I'm starting to think about taking on new clients, I am really in a season of up-leveling. I am working actively on and strategically on breaking into some new markets, and neighborhoods that I have no contacts in, right? I know no one in these areas. And so I'm actively strategizing, how do I start to build relationships and contacts in these specific areas where I want to work? So these are the kind of things that I'll be sharing is, what does this experience look like? Also, I mentioned a minute ago, continuing to improve my client service. How do we continue to serve our clients and up level that experience for them? So I'll be sharing again in the brief what's working, what's not. I'm also very interested in continuing to improve automations within our business, which are huge time savers, as well as incorporating AI into our workflows, not necessarily AI to do design work, although there's some parts of that I'm sort of interested in. I think as I dig in more, it might become more interesting to me, but using AI in a lot of ways to really streamline our workflows, optimize our workflows, make sure that things are not falling through the cracks, using AI to help generate, project information from stuff that we feed it. I think that there's a whole lot of opportunity there that can help actually protect our creative energy, that can do some of that heavy brain work so that we can focus on the real creative stuff that AI will never be able to touch. And so I'm really curious to dig into that. And so as I'm learning about these things, my hope and my goal is to be able to share with you each week, what are we doing? What are we learning? What's working and what's not. So you can expect that kind of thing. I'm finishing my science and design training, which if you attended the A-List Summit earlier this year, you should be familiar with that. So I'm almost done with that training so that I can be a certified science and design designer and starting to incorporate that into my branding and my marketing as well as how I serve my clients. So that will also those are all sort of behind the scenes things that I'm working on in my business and I hope to share with you along the way. But where I am right now is that I have no clients. I just finished up a kitchen project and had that photograph. That was really fun. Taking a little break for the holiday season, but I know what I want. I know the kinds of clients, the kinds of projects that I want to work on. I'm working on building the strategy that is going to help hopefully get me in front of the right folks and make those connections. I am very much a relationship driven person, and I am all about sowing those seeds and thinking of running my business and nurturing those relationships as being a gardener and not a hunter. So, I'll be sharing it all there with you. The other thing that the brief has each week is I share design resources with you. So, to the trade resources that I think you should know about. I am constantly learning about new products, new resources, and every week I share a new design to the trade resource. Recently, I just shared about a custom tile design tool that's available out there. I'm really interested in microcrete and different ways that we can be utilizing that in design. I also shared recently about a custom drapery solution. So if you're looking to build your database of design resources and to the trade resources, you'll want to check out that section. It's in the brief every week. We'll also be sharing about events that we have going on. So I'm going to continue to do events. I love events. In fact, in January, we're going to be doing a free vision board workshop. So I hope you'll join us for that. If you're on the brief, you're going to get that information because we'll be sharing about events that are coming up. I'll also be sharing about what's going on inside the membership. So in addition to our monthly Q&As or office hours, as we're now calling them, we also have guest experts every single month. We call this our CEO Corner. So if you want to stay up to date on what's happening in our CEO Corners and join us, I'll be giving you opportunities to come inside and join the membership. A couple of things that we have coming up in December. We'll be learning from Megan Kaplinger, who works here with me in Designers Oasis. She's going to be teaching on how to improve your SEO for your website so that you can start attracting the right kind of people to your website. In January, I am bringing on my business coach, Leora Dudar, who you're going to absolutely fall in love with. She is amazing. And I could not be more grateful for her in this year and this season. And I look forward to continue to work with her. But she's going to be coming and talking about mission, vision, and values. You don't want to miss that. So if you come join us inside the membership, you'll be able to get in on all of these. In February, I have my other business coach. Yes, I've got two of them. Mari is a communications coach. Mari, she's going to be talking to us about handling tough conversations with grace. So in my work with her, she has taught me two specific strategies for how to respond to tricky situations, tricky conversations with whether it's a client or potential client. How do you handle those tough questions? And I looked at her, I was like, Mari, you have to teach this to my people. They need to know this stuff. She was like, tell me when, I'll be there. So you're going to be able to learn from Mari as well. And then in March, this is unconfirmed, but she is coming. It's unconfirmed if it'll be in March or not. But we also have Erica, who is coming back. She will be talking about getting your brand story straight. She's a brand strategist. Lots to look forward to in the months ahead. Again, that is all inside the membership, which is open now. We're just going to leave the doors open for a little while, and you are welcome. We don't know if we're going to keep it like this forever, but for right now, I just said, let's just keep the doors open, invite people to come in, and you can join at any time. Depending on when you're listening to this down the road, may or may not have changed, but for right now, the membership's open. So we hope that you'll join us. We also have added, instead of just an annual option, we now have a quarterly option. So if you're on a budget, if you haven't looked at the membership and what's available for you in a while, go check it out, because there's a lot that's changed and a lot that's kind of fun and new and exciting, and we would love to have you. So you can check that out at designersoasis.com/join. Yeah, so each month we do monthly office hours, and we have our private community. So you can find me inside our private community. Our members post questions and they get feedback either from me or from other members. It's a real fun place to hang out and get support. We're going to continue to release past episodes of the podcast of some of our most popular episodes. So if you missed some things, keep an eye out, because we're going to keep releasing more episodes. They'll just be replays of some of our most popular stuff. And then again, of course, you can find me on Instagram at Designers Oasis. I'll be there. So that's where you can find me. But, here's what I take with me when I think about moving on from this next chapter. In one word, it's just gratitude. I'm just really grateful to be able to have this opportunity to do this with you and for you. I'm so grateful for all of our guests who have taken the time to come share their time, share their wisdom, and share their knowledge. I've learned so much from our incredible guests over the years. So that's been a real influential part of the last couple of years. Um, huge thank you to Megan Kaplinger. You are my right-hand woman. I could not do any of this without you. Megan produces the podcast, plus a whole lot of other stuff behind the scenes to help make sure the Designers Oasis continues to exist. It would not exist without Megan. Basically, for these podcasts, when I am done recording, I hit end, and then she makes sure that it goes through all the little steps to get from that raw audio recording to our editor, to our website, and into your ears. So again, none of this would be possible without her. Also, could not do this work without Jackie. Jackie is my other right-hand woman who supports me on the membership side, ensuring that all of our members are getting what they need when they need it in a timely manner. She also helps oversee the production of all of our events, including our regular monthly member events, like our guest CEO corners, our guest expert series, our monthly office hours, but also our big events like our A-List Summit and our annual master planning workshop, as well as supporting me on social media as well. So Jackie, I love you. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm so thankful for you. Also, big shout out to Brad. Brad is the behind the scenes editor who edits all of our episodes, sometimes with very little time. He helps me when I forget what I was going to say and helps to make me not sound like a weirdo. So thank you to Brad. And also, huge congratulations to Brad and his beautiful wife, who are becoming first-time parents very soon. You are in for a real treat. Parenting is one of the best and hardest and most beautiful things in the whole wide world, and it's exciting. So congratulations to you and your wife. I'm thankful for my business coaches, Leora and Mari, who have been the guiding, steady hands, helping keep me on the right track and focused and energy aligned and in the right head in the right place. I've said this before, nobody gets to where they are alone, and I am no exception. Without all of these folks around me, I have so much to be grateful for. And last but finally not least, I'm so grateful for you, our listener. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Thank you for all of your feedback and comments and questions. And I occasionally get some of the most beautiful emails from people thanking me for the content here and supporting them. And I just want to say you're welcome and thank you for listening. So again, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just not going to do the podcast for a little while. Go sign up for the brief. so you can stay in touch. Join us inside the membership where you can really stay in touch. As soon as you join the membership, we have a new member coffee date, and I will buy you a coffee and I will sit with you and listen to what it is that you're wanting to get out of your time in the membership so that I can make sure that you are off to the races and off on the right foot. Every single person who joins is welcome to come to that, and I'd love to see you there. I love you. I'm cheering for you, and I will see you inside the membership. All right. Thank you. Bye for now.
Hey friend, thank you so much for letting me spend a part of this day with you. I'm so passionate about helping designers like you, and I believe in a rising tide, that when one of us does well, we all do better. So if you share this attitude of abundance with me, I want you to do just one little thing. Please share this episode with someone you think might love it. And if you're feeling extra generous today, go ahead and take just 30 seconds to open your podcast app and leave us a 5-star rating and review. It's free for you to do, and it helps me to be able to keep making more episodes and resources for you. However you choose to help, please know I appreciate you so very much. Thank you, my friend. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you soon.